YouTube fans, this is Zuby Masters returning to my Let's Play at Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Right, I just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edward, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstance. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court records one more time. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Niles Edgeworth is innocent. Huh? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in the court. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you're. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right in this court records. In any case, tightens your belt. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Now we would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crimes. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statutes of limitation on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it is unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book. See, does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell to my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted him to stop the fight. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Till you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the event. The saying claimed Mr. Yogi isn't. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Today I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. What was this trial your father was involved in? I don't remember things very clearly. Only two things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. It was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. In the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. You were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was 9 years old. They were trembling in the corner, but then something heavy fell to my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff's, Yanni Yogi. Safety must have been awkward and it fell from his holster. When you picked it up, what happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Do you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think would think. The air was getting so thick I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A single gunshot, then a scream. One fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, it echoed. Are you sure only one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, and everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Look at the victim data in this file. It says the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first gunshot was accidentally fired when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Is there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we did not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with it. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, avoided. Proof that the other shot was... Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show proof. Oh, what? Impossible. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Look at this photo. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim laying there is Gregory Edgeworth. It proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. The photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired where? Honor, please get a clue. It should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see, a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from a pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. To Gregory Edgeworth's heart hit the elevator door. Remember that defendant lost consciousness after the shot was fired right now. We must agree the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? A murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. It's on page 1. It's written there. Not a single clue is found on the scene. The pistol had indeed been fired 2 times. The other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. A second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that was made that bullet hole. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma said, the second bullet fire was not found. It's highly unlikely that police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is this single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second... Is I wrong? How could I have been wrong about the whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, the second bullet wasn't there, and all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. Just when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots went by. So certain, I thought I won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick! Well, it seems we have finally cleaned up this incident. Only one bullet was fired at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one more thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes or no? Do you have any objections? No. No, I did not. So you killed your father. Thought it's not your intention. Yes, I did. No. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statutes of limitation. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have it? It's like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's going blank if I can't find the word. Objection! Your Honor. I object! Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick. It must exist. The second bullet. Did you say? Nothing. Let's see. Someone. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It exists. What? We just proved that it did not exist. Realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But the murderer. The murderer? Then tell us just who this murderer. I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. But there's some pressing need for... Of course there was a need, that's why they took it. What possible reason could they have? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene is... Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof. It was a spec bullet, they took it with them. If that's the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside of Gregory's. Why would they take one of the two? Alright. This is... Well, the murder was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that person. That's it. crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. You know what I'm doing? Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet. But the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? Well, for instance, maybe the bullet hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? I'm just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Get this straight. So, at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the... yes, I guess that's how it would work. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yana Yogi, were both unharmed. So, that would mean the murder came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picked up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharged. Goes through the elevator and hits the murderer. It's his consciousness. And the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you're truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murder. He was wounded at the time of the incident. That's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of a shock? Because he took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have hinted that the possibility that the murder came from outside. Give us the name of... I couldn't say it. Your Honor, there is a suspect, one lone suspect. This is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? But what? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah! Don't object. I see no need. Why, Honor? This is ridiculous outburst with my objection. Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourselves on a perfect route. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you claim that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at? The doctor that operated me haven't testified. Nick, let's find out who this doctor is. No use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't go under ghost. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Who is that? That's insane. No, you couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you provide evidence? Alright, I'll prove it. What? Prove Von Karma was shot. is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I asked, where is that bullet? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there is one way to find out. We use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse! You refuse? But refusing, this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! Order! Your Honor, the defense requests that we allow the use of the metal detector. Judge, I call for a of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out of this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to test. What does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted something inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it was nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove. I have no obligation to prove anything. It was Mr. Wright who must perform something here. No, not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Prove that the bullet inside... You won't have it... Took it out of... With no proof, you cannot convince me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link the bullet to your shoulder in the DL6 incident. Here's my final proof. Take that! That's... a bullet? Where'd you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. It was taken from the heart of the victim of Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? In the terms, it came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic marking. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets if the markings match. We would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. We will compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And soon this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma. Scream, I heard that scream before. I know. That scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Only you were dead to find me. So it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I bury you! I'll bury you in my barrow! Death! Death! Not like you to make this kind of error. You never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be. I covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. Shock like none I had ever known. Penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court record. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went into the hall and felt my way into the elevator. Pushed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my... I saw 3 people inside, all laying unconscious from oxygen. Much to my surprise, a pistol laid on my feet. I knew it then. It was my destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later on, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge, what are you doing? Do your job, bring an end to this miserable charade. Now end it. Very well. It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, yes, Your Honor, we're innocent, you are innocent. As you said, it's all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. The court finds the defendant Miles Edgeworth not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. That's pretty close, though. I'm assured we had... I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. Now it's all just a good memory. Finally, only ever for... Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. You got in there. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. Never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's part. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. See. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time, but get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth, this unguarded. Hey, y'all. Lana. Y'all were getting in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You were stick your hands in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quickly. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Oh, why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm no log for this world. Look, it's Beyonce. She's gone to live in Paris. Paris, Nick? She's leaving me fly. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Buds, you came along tonight? My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks, looking forward to it. Yo, that's the suit that questioned me. When you said treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right, yeah. What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money. Oh, yeah, that's strange. People give money away to sell. It's $38, right? Huh? A weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38? No. No! Larry, was you? What are you so surprised about? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a second. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyway. When he saw the money line there and the rest of I was never good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know? Oh, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a say back in school. When something fails, it's usually the luck. I know! Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Calm down, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defensive hero because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something that has been insufferable emotionally. Yeah. You got worked up too easily. Death. The death end for both of you. If only I'd known I'd become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. Oh, for the longest time I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Want me to switch, Ron? Hey, y'all line up. I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time. Let's go. After that, dinner on me. Because how we celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Oh, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurt. It's only 5 o'clock. Maybe we should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. See me? It made me think about what I'm doing here. The spirit meeting and training, of course. I want to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I want to help you. I couldn't. I was useless, so I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to you face, so I left this stuff. Goodbye, Nick. Bye. What time is it? The train for the mountains has already left the station. It's too late. Hey, Nick? Maya? So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! I never could have saved Edgeworth's life without you. On that last day, I heard Mia's speech. You heard my sister? Yeah, only her voice. At the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. That's my sister. Detective Gumshoe helped Mr. Roseberg and when you can. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma me. I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a day. Sorry, but I have evidence that... A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL's tip. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we need. It was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. Get back soon. I'm going to complete my training and become back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run the office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. Say goodbye to the novice defense attorney I once was. Now a new story begins. The same old, crazy cast of characters. Don't think you graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. I have a feeling about this.
Objection!
Hey, pal. Reason wish me a happy new year. Talk about pleasant surprise. Detective Gumshoe. He hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Huh, Nick? I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. But she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Right? Yeah, I remember him. I heard you've been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's great. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Why do I come here to the office? It's not like I want work. There you are, fine. Where have you been? My sister's trial's tomorrow. Who are you? Doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Maya Fey. Oh, you're not Maya Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but this Maya Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, defense attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? That's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief. You better than nobody. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, the undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try something else. Please? I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Skies. I'm a scientific investigator. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like it and stay tuned.